Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm filming my first video in my new setup. I'm so excited. Today's video is going to be a review and a demo on Fenty Beauty. Now, I know I'm a little bit late to the game. Everybody came out with their videos last week, but I ended up not getting to it in time. I was gonna order and then I just, put it off, and then I went to shop in Sephora in person and things were picked over and I was like, girl, you can't come to the game this late without a review. It's past the point of doing first impressions and wear tests because that's what everybody's done. So I figured I would just use the products for about a week and then give you guys a review and a demo on the products that I got. So yeah, if you're interested, please be sure to keep watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't already, and then give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more of these review demo type videos. And yeah, we'll get into it. So first things first, I am so excited because I finally have an actual setup with some lights. I'm still waiting on a couple lights because I feel like it's a little bit dark in here and I could use a couple more lights. But now I have a setup. I've got a desk and an office, and now I can film for you guys on a much more regular basis. If you guys have been with me from the beginning, then you know that I have only used natural lighting. I think I've been making videos for 3 years, 4 years maybe. I don't really know the exact date, but I've only been using natural lighting, and there have been literally hundreds of videos that I have never been able to upload, or there's been days where I haven't been able to film just because natural lighting dictated what I could do so often, because I could be filming a tutorial and then it could randomly start raining, or there'd all of a sudden be clouds and the clouds would go in and out and they would screw up the light balance. So sometimes my shots would be super blue or super dark, and I think that there are actually a lot of videos where I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna power through this, and the lighting is very janky, if you will. So now that I have this actual setup, I can film for you guys regularly. I'm so excited. I was so excited to film today. I really want an overhead light just so that this isn't so shadowy up top, but I couldn't wait to film. And I'm also super excited because the first video that I'm filming in this setup is going to be my Fenty Beauty review. I was for some reason, I just thought that the Fenty products weren't going to be super picked over, and I was like, no, it's fine. I can go a couple days after the launch. It's not going to be that big of a deal. But I was completely wrong, and pretty much everything was sold out. A lot of stuff was super picked over. It was hard to get my hands on stuff, but I was able to get a good amount of things that I feel like you guys would really be interested in. And coming into this Fenty game this late, I knew that I could not do just a first impressions or a wear test because there's already so many of those. So I figured I would do a full review for you guys. I've been wearing these for the past 7 days, but I did put them back in their boxes just so you guys could get the full Fenty experience on my channel, so you guys could see the packaging. I think it is really cool to just see things in their packaging. So I'm going to be doing a tutorial and review with these, supplementing in all the other products that aren't Fenty. So if you guys, well, this is not the intro, so let's just get started. I was super surprised that the primer sold out. So basically the things that I thought were not going to be sold out were the things that did sell out, and I was just like, what? So we're going to do the foundation sans primer. So the foundation is the Fenty Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation, and I do find that the primer isn't really necessary, especially if you have a dry to normal skin type like myself. I think if you have oily skin, it might be a little bit more necessary, but if you have normal to dry skin, this is going to last super long on you because it is a soft matte foundation, and matte foundations just tend to last a lot longer on people with dry skin. So I picked mine up in, the packaging is cute, just to give you guys full effect. You see it? I'm in the shade 310. Beautiful frosted glass packaging, just really sleek and classic. I think that the just kind of this soft blush pink is really the thing with brands right now. So I'm just going to shake this up because it does say shake well. Apply this to my face using my fingers, because that is what I have found is my favorite way to apply it. So just going to pick it up with my fingertips. I dot it where I want it. I'm going to do a full face just so you guys can really see a full application of it. You do have a couple seconds of playtime with this. It doesn't set incredibly quick, but if you guys are familiar with mattifying foundations, they do tend to set a lot quicker than a dewy or luminous foundation is. And I really think that this is a gorgeous soft matte finish, and it is buildable. So you don't have to wear this full coverage. You can really sheer it out and make it a lot more sheer than it's intended to be. Mix it with a moisturizer, apply it with a wet sponge. You can manipulate the product a lot to kind of get it to do what you want. And that's what I like about these like satin semi-matte finish foundations. So here is one light layer, and I'm just gonna go in with a little bit more in the areas that I think that I need it. So kind of just the center of my face where I have a little bit of darkness and redness. So just gonna like kind of, I think one of the most amazing things about the Fenty line is the amazing foundation selection. I thought that was like a really good message, you know, for brands to just be more inclusive. And a lot of times brands start off with only like 12 shades and say that they're going to expand. But I just thought it was like really cool that Rihanna started off with 40 shades. She'll probably expand past even 40, but I really liked the whole message of like foundation for all. And I really like the Fenty branding because it is really inclusive. If you've seen the ad for it on YouTube, the little video that they do, it was really cool. So this is 2 light layers of the 310 foundation, and there wasn't actually like a proper concealer. However, in the Matchstick trio, like I said, I got the one for tan skin. You are supposed to use the lightest shade for concealing. However, I don't find that it's my favorite formulation of a concealer. The really cool thing about these is that they're honeycomb, and again, that like gorgeous blush pink. I'm just like super into that. And they're magnetic. So I thought that was really cute. So typically I was supposed to use the shade Caramel to conceal. It's a little bit too dark. I probably should have gone a shade up if I wanted to use it as a concealer. The next like contour kit, like a shade up in that. So I'm going to show you guys what Caramel looks like to use as a little bit of a spot concealing, and then I will go in with more of a brightening concealer. So I'm just going to put Caramel under my eye, and you guys will see it just kind of blends away into my skin tone. So this is the eye with Caramel underneath it, and then this is the eye without it. Obviously you can tell this one's got a lot more coverage and doesn't look quite as dark, but it's just not as bright as I personally like my under eyes to be. Now, this would be really awesome if you were like in a pinch and didn't want to do a full face of product. This would actually be really convenient to use as kind of just like a spot treatment. So to actually conceal my under eyes, I'm going to use my Dior Forever concealer in Sand, just because I like a little bit more of a brighter under eye. So now I'm going to take the Matchstick in Truffle, and I'm going to use this to contour my face. I actually really like this as a contour. And then, you know, I spray tan on and off so much that it'll definitely be fine. I'm not spray tanned right now. I still have like a little bit of a summer tan going. So I'm just gonna like dot this where I want a little bit of darkness. I'll do it on the chin. A little bit goes a long way with this one. It's because it is so dark, and I'm gonna put a little bit there. I like to blend this out with a brush, so I'm gonna use an LA Girl 106 brush. And you guys will see that because this is kind of that like cream to powder formulation, it really blends out a lot more seamlessly than you would think. I know it looks super dark, but once you get it nice and blended out, it looks very natural on the skin. You just kind of have to spend a little bit of time with it, get the formulation warmed up. You can use your fingers to kind of press it in the skin and warm it up, and then go over it with a brush just to make it a little bit more seamless. So here is Truffle blended out, and you guys can see it blends out really seamlessly. I have some user error that I'm seeing where I didn't like blend it out, but I'm trying to do all of it in this like tiny mirror, so it's a little bit hard to see my face fully, but usually when I do it in front of a full mirror, it blends out really nice. But you guys can see it looks really nice and natural. And I actually like, you guys know I love to do this with like cream bronzer product. I love to always just blend a tiny bit onto the apples of the cheeks, and I think it just overall like makes everything look a little bit more put together, and like there's kind of a theme going on throughout the face, and it just warms up the skin a little bit. Unless it's a super cool toned contour, you can get away with this. Obviously, if this had like a really strong gray undertone to it, I would not do that. And then we're going to take the Matchstick in Rum. This is one of my favorite ones. This is just like a gorgeous deep bronze, and I like to use this on the eyelids. Now, I think that this powdery formulation works really well with these shimmery products because it makes them a little bit more intense and they don't feel as slick on the skin. And you can also take this on the Cupid's bow. See, it's seriously just so pretty and gives you such a gorgeous sheen. I'm gonna put some on the cheekbones. A little bit under that brow bone too. Now I got the Kilowatt Freestyle Highlighter Duo in Mean Money and Hustla Baby. I think this is going to be a crowd pleaser just because of how beautiful and reflective the highlighters are. Again, I really love the packaging. It's like that cute honeycomb shape. I like that theme. So Mean Money is more of a soft peach, which is that one, and then Hustla Baby is like a true light gold. And I'm just gonna pop this right on top of the rum cream stick just so you guys can kind of see it a little bit. And they do layer really well together. These powders are really soft, but you guys can see Mean Money is just like really soft and subtle. And then I'll also take some of Hustla Baby, the gold, and I'll put that on the eye as well. And this one is super reflective. Now Mean Money is a little bit more of a soft focus sheer highlight, whereas Hustla Baby is like really that intense metallic highlight. I'm gonna drag some on my lower lash line just to kind of like brighten up the eye. And then I'm actually just gonna take an LA Girl 101 brush, and I'm gonna use these two mixed together just to highlight my face and kind of show you guys how pretty and soft this glow is if you just kind of shear it out a little bit. You can really strobe the face with these powders. And then the Fenty Glow Gloss Bomb. It's the Gloss Bomb in the shade Fenty Glow. And I really like this. I just really like the honeycomb packaging. This is such a pretty rosy glow. And I really like the doe foot applicator. You guys know I'm just like a lip gloss girl, so I was really excited that she has a lip gloss. And this is so pretty. And to me, what this tastes like are those little popsicles that come in the plastic, the little ice pops that you used to have all the time when you were a kid. That is what this smells and tastes like. So now we can go through and review all the products one by one. Starting off with the Soft Matte Pro Filter Fenty Foundation. Fenty Pro Filter, what is this? A Fenty Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. Again, I picked this up in the shade 310. You guys are always asking my shades. I really like this. I did enjoy wearing it for the past week. It is medium to full coverage, but with that being said, you can sheer it out by using a little bit of moisturizer mixed in there. However, because of its soft matte finish, I do find that if you don't blend it out evenly enough, it can come off as kind of patchy on the skin. You really need some sort of mixing medium in there if you want to sheer it out the best way possible. I do find that it can kind of grab onto a couple dry patches that I have on my skin. For example, I did have a really bad dry patch here previously last week, and I did notice that the foundation would kind of like grab onto that, but that's something that every foundation is going to do. I'm trying to be as critical and unbiased as possible, regardless of loving my queen Rihanna. You know, I'm trying to be like really honest with you guys about these products. I do find that soft matte foundations on my skin type, I can get a full 10 to 8 hours of wear with them, regardless of using a primer or not using a primer. But that's just because of my skin type. I think on oilier skin types, it is going to be a little bit more different in terms of wear and stuff like that. I thought that the shade selection is absolutely amazing, so I did really respect the fact that she went in fully inclusive, and I just thought that was like really beautiful and amazing. So I do really like this foundation. I'd give it 4 out of 5 stars just because you guys know soft matte is not really my thing. You guys know I like a little bit more of a dewy and luminous foundation, but I do think that a soft matte medium to full coverage foundation is going to be the most universally appealing. So I think that coming out with this right off the bat was a good idea on her part. And I do like that she has so many different undertones. So I have a lot of respect for that just because I thought that was so awesome, like I was saying. So I do really like this foundation. Is it my new favorite? Not necessarily, but I do really enjoy it, and I do plan on wearing it on a more regular basis. So I do really like this. I just think with foundation, you know, your own personal preference is always going to come into play. Next up, let's talk about the Fenty Beauty Killawatt Highlighter. So again, I got mine in Mean Money and Hustle Baby. I love the packaging on this. Like, I love this frosted glass moment. I think that's beautiful. And then I love like the clean white packaging that also kind of has like a slightly holographic quality to it. This kind of has like a pink and blue holograph to it, and then I like the honeycomb. I think it's all very cute. And actually on these matchsticks, the Fenty Beauty emblem kind of reflects back holographic rainbow, so I thought that was really cool. Moving back to the highlighter, I think this is really a gorgeous duo. I like that you get one that's a little bit more sheer versus one that's a little bit more intense. I think that this one is really going to be appealing to a lot of different skin tones. So if you have a skin tone similar to mine and you were having a hard time picking one, I would say go with this one because I really like this. There are, I think, like 3 other ones, but I just wasn't like into them. Give this highlighting duo 5 out of 5. I like the overall package. I like the product. I think it's very beautiful. I like that you can use it on your skin, eyes, whatever you want to do with it. So highlighter, definitely a good one for me. Okay, so now let's talk about the matchstick trio. Now the matchsticks are actually available individual as well, and I picked mine up in the shade tan, which I think was kind of user error on my part. I overestimated my skin tone, and I do feel like I could have gone a shade lighter just because caramel. I know that you can use the lighter cream shade in the trio as a concealer, and I do find that this is just not light enough for what I want for a concealer. I want something a little bit, you know, brighter and gonna kind of like wake up my under eyes. However, I did wear this as an all over foundation one day, and I actually really liked that. It's more suited to being like a skin tone concealer or foundation. It would be good for concealing spots and redness on the face, but for under eyes I want something a little bit brighter, as well as for cream highlighting I want something a little bit lighter and brighter. Now the thing about the formulation of the contour and highlight is that I like this much better for contouring than I do for highlighting and concealing. When I conceal and highlight with a cream product, I want something that's like creamy and blendable and like milky in consistency, whereas when I contour, now this is just personal preference, when I contour I want something that's a little bit more dry and kind of stays put but blends out seamlessly, if that makes sense. This is just a little bit too dry for my liking to use as a concealer, but that's just personal opinion. And then for the contour stick, I really like this. The truffle, I really like the shade. And I really like the formulation because it's dry, so it kind of stays put. It doesn't move around the face a lot of different ways, and that's what I look for when I do a cream contour. Now the matchstick in Rum I absolutely love. I just can't get over this gorgeous bronze gold. It's sheer but intense, and I just think that the formulation really pairs well with the shade. Like the shimmer. This formulation works really well for shimmer products is what I'm trying to say, because it's lightweight, it doesn't feel sticky, and I really like it. It blends out really beautifully. Now another thing that I really like about the matchstick trio is that they are magnetic, so they cling together, and I don't know, I just really like that. I think that's convenient, and they'll always seem to find a way together even when they're separated in my makeup bag. They'll be like stuffed, you know, in all different places of my makeup bag, but they still somehow manage to find each other, and I don't find them far away from each other even when they're not put into the bag themselves. So that's pretty convenient. I love the honeycomb packaging. And then for the gloss bomb, you guys know I love this. This is a beautiful, like, rosy, shimmery gloss. It makes your lips look really plump and youthful. So you guys know I love lip glosses. This is also a really comfortable wear. It's not too sticky, it's not too thick, it's not too thin. It has a decent amount of wear, but obviously that's going to depend on what you're eating, what you're drinking, how much you're talking. The movement of your mouth is obviously going to depend on the wear time, but overall, I'm really happy with the brand. I like everything that I got. If you guys have any specific products from Fenty that I did not pick up that you want to see me review, all you have to do is leave a comment down below, let me know, and then whatever like really gets a lot of thumbs up or a lot of comments, I'll definitely try to pick up that product for you guys and add it in another video. Yeah, I hope you guys liked this. Thank you so much for watching. If you didn't subscribe earlier, please be sure to subscribe now. Give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Just say hey, product links, information, everything that you guys want to know will be in the description, as well as my Snapchat, my Instagram, and my Twitter. So I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching this one. Bye guys!